friends. My name is Amy Welch. I am a Sapphire Ambassador, and this is our Monday meetup where every Monday we do 3 10-minute topics, and we always kick it off with a testimony. And tonight we have a very special guest. I know a lot of you guys are excited to hear from my friend, Emily Roberts. She is a 3-star diamond and senior gold. And if you're not sure what that is, we will tell you in the chat. She is a former military wife. She is a mama of 3. She is a fellow Texan. She's also an author. And if I left anything out, Emily, then correct me, please. But I am going to turn it over to you and let you share your story with us. Thank you so much for being on.
Hey everybody, this is Scarlett, and my oldest is over here watching me. This is why I joined. It was 2014. It was the 4th of July, and I had the most envious thoughts listening to families pop fireworks while I was house sitting. I call her my aunt's rich friend. This house had an east wing and a west wing, and I was house sitting because I needed money, and any way I could get money. Whether I was like a charity case for my aunt's friends or family's friends, I didn't care. I was a new mom. My son was 6 months old. Scott was deployed to Afghanistan, and listening to families on the 4th of July, it broke my heart. I was so envious and I wanted that so badly. I was very proud of my husband for serving overseas, but I miss having that family dynamic. I come from a broken home and was raised by a single mom that taught me the work ethic I have today. And I love that, but I didn't want that lifestyle. And I just think single parents are like they're superheroes. So I was a married single mom. That's what I used to tell my friends, because Scott was always deployed or always in training. So on the 4th of July, after skeptically watching a friend for a good 18 months, and by skeptically watching, I mean, she was on Facebook and she was super sick, and then she wasn't. She was working out and she was glowing. And I was like, what is she on? I need some of that. But I was like, good for her, not for me. You know what I mean? And you just get to this point. You get to this point where enough is enough. And nobody tells you about the postpartum. Everyone throws you a baby shower and tells you how cute your baby's going to be. And you have gender reveals and all the cute stuff. And then you have this baby. And then you're responsible for human life. And you're like, well, now what? Right? And there's like books and fun stuff for that. But I wasn't much of a reader because I was a full-time college student. So I was doing 16 hours of classes with this newborn, and I was just in the trenches. I thought I was going to leave my corporate America job and be super mom and not have to pay for daycare, because daycare is so expensive. I would have been working for free. And no, with having postpartum depression, I wanted to be around my baby, but I didn't, because I would get so overwhelmed. So Scott was deployed and worried about me. He's, not able to serve our country to his best ability because he's worried about his baby he never met and his wife. Sit up, please. And then we have my full-time school load. Are you done? All right, go ahead. I have my full-time school load, and I'm like, what do I want to be when I grow up? I don't even know. Like, what am I reading? What am I studying for? And then this precious kid who's he's about to be 9, and he was 5 months old, 6 months old when I joined. And I remember he was sitting in my lap, and I was on her laptop in this house, and I signed up. And I'll never forget the girl that I signed up with. She called me and she goes, "This must be a mistake. I'm so sorry. We'll get your money back." And I was like, well, listen. I was like, don't tell anybody. Okay. But yes, I ordered from you. I know I made fun of it for like the last 2 years, but I need to do something. I was going to my doctor's office and complaining about postpartum things that I didn't know were postpartum things. And she was like, "Do you know anything about gut health?" And I was like, "I know old people drink prune juice." She was like, "Gut health is for everybody. Have you ever heard of Plexus?" And I was like, "Actually, yeah, a friend of mine does it." So what she didn't know is that I had been skeptically watching for like 2 years. She wasn't even like a fan of supplement stuff as a doctor, but she knew that they had great gut health things. And so that just kind of was like the validation I needed to just do it. So on the 4th of July in 2014, I signed up, and I remember thinking, like, obviously it was like the day of freedom, for America, but I was like, literally in my head, I was like, there's gonna be freedom in this. There's totally gonna be freedom in this. Backstory, I lost both my grandparents. Really, they were like my second set of parents. My dad's not in the picture, but so my grandparents were like my mom and dad, and they watched me a lot. And They died. My grandmother died when she was 58 due to diabetic and stroke complications. And then my grandfather passed away also for diabetic and cancer complications. And I was just devastated. And I remember thinking, I want to live well, and I want to be my healthiest self. And I'm sorry if I'm like looking over y'all's heads. I'm getting used to these gigantic monitors in front of me that my husband installed. And so I'm like, that's why she's looking at herself, because she's like, I'm so cute. She's everywhere in front of y'all. Anyways, so I wanted to be healthy. For so many years, I focused on skinny. I don't know if that's relatable to anybody, but for so many years, I focused on skinny. And postpartum, I was so depressed because I thought I was gonna bounce back and be the cute little hot mom. And no, my gut was hanging over my pants and things are stretched and sagging. And I was like, what is this about? Because nobody told me this part. And my mom was like, girl, it's normal. You know, I have 4 kids. I'm like, I know you do, but I also know what you eat and drink every day for a living. So I don't want to be like that. Like, I knew what my genetics looked like, right? I knew family history and I just wanted to be better. And Plexus made that easy. They made it simple for me. I started with the triplex system, which is their gut health system, and still on that today. I felt so good. I lost 21 pounds in 45 days, and weight loss was not even my goal. My goal was help with postpartum acne and yeast infections and just gross things that I didn't want to tell my husband about, right? And I decided to post on the internet. That I had started drinking a pink drink, and it was day 7. And you know what's funny is it had nothing to do with gut health. I was a diet soda drinker, and I'm in Texas. I know some of y'all are too. So Whataburger, right? I would roll up Whataburger, 11 a.m. My baby's in the backseat crying because I wanted him to take a nap. And I'd be like, let me get a Whata size Diet Coke. That was my life. Every day. Every single day. They knew me. They knew my baby's name. That's how much I went. And my husband was so concerned. He was like, do you drink water? Like, this is why you can't nurse the baby. You're dehydrated. Like, you're unhealthy. You got to drink water. It's always a battle. So on day 7 of drinking my pink drink before the Diet Coke, because I would tell myself, I'm going to drink this first, I realized I could taste every ingredient in the diet soda. It just tasted artificial and yucky, and like it was like all the ingredients were separated. It was so weird. And so I needed to tell Facebook, like we do, right? When we like something or hate something, what do? We tell Facebook. And so I just remember posting something like, I've been drinking this pink drink for 7 days. It must work because your girl doesn't want a Diet Coke. Go see Dad. And my friends who knew me very, very well, like just I'm a loud and proud Texan, but they knew me very well. And they were like, did you just say you did not want a diet soda? So I had all these haters in the comments of the post, of course, but in the private DMs were people like, what you doing? What is it? Is it legal? What are you doing? Right. And I'm like, legal as far as I know. And it tastes really good. And I'm really excited. And I just kind of created this little message that I saved on my phone and just started sharing about this pink drink. I didn't really know what the probiotic was doing in my body yet, because I'm not a scientist, and I make sure everybody knows. I'm like, I'm just a mom. I felt like crap and now I don't, right? And that was kind of my tagline for a little bit. It was, I'm a new mom who is sick and tired of her fat roll sitting in her lap. And I wasn't trying to be vulgar or make anybody feel bad. I just knew that's how I felt. And I wanted to be as literal and authentic as possible because I wanted to be healthy and be better. And so, yeah, about 8 months into this journey of sharing consistently on Facebook, I found myself as an Emerald Ambassador. And the cool thing about this is that I built my business in San Diego to Senior Gold. And then my husband got orders across the country to Virginia. And I was like, what do you mean? I can go to Virginia. I have a team here in California, in Texas. And like, what do you mean, Virginia? And he was like, military, we got to go. And I was so stressed and thinking like, God, why would you send me across the country when I finally have a team? But the crazy part is he provided. I met this girl selling furniture on the resale page. And I was drinking a pink drink when she came to get the furniture. And I was like, I don't know why, but I feel like I just need to tell you about these supplements I'm taking. And she's like looking at me like, I'm here to buy furniture. Like, what? And I was like, just hear me out. Drink this. And I handed her a water bottle and I handed her a pink stick of Slim. And I said, just drink this. And if you get to the stop sign and it doesn't you don't think you could tell anybody about this? Ignore me, take your furniture, have a great day. I said, but if you do like it, text me at the stop sign. 5 seconds later, she leaves. 2 minutes later, ding, I get a text message. What is this stuff? It's delicious and people need to know about it. She went ruby, I went emerald, and we continued. We were the first jewel in Virginia, and I was one of the youngest jewels. I was 24 years old. By 25, I hit sapphire and diamond back to back within the next 10 months. And it was just, I just couldn't believe it. You guys, I didn't join to be a gazillionaire. I didn't join to be some successful network marketer. I joined because I didn't feel good. And I saw, the cool Plexus Lexus. I saw the diamond documentaries, which they come to your house and record your story when you hit the top. And I was like, it's like MTV Cribs. Like, that is so cool. Okay. That's what I grew up with. And I wanted that MTV Cribs moment. I wanted to tell my family story. I wanted to show my kids the legacy that I was building, because now they rewatch that. Gentry is 6, and in my diamond doc, he's 8 weeks old. Oh. And they think that that's my boyfriend and not my husband, because my husband has a full beard now, and in that video he has no hair anywhere from being in the military. And so they're like, is that your boyfriend? No. But it's just such a blessing that we get to do this online. Like, we were the original influencers for influencers were cool. You know what I mean? So I love that. I've been doing that for 8.5 years now. That was back in 2015. And so here we are. And I will never forget showing my very skeptical husband my $10,000 paycheck, and him asking me, is that a student loan? Do we have to pay that? And I was like, that's income. And he just was shocked. I mean, being a military family, we made about $2,800 a month, and that we made that work. And we figured it out. We were very frugal. And, we went from credit card to credit card, trying to make ends meet, to, okay, yes, you can get extras at Chipotle. You can go get that mani-pedi. We can put money away for college or whatever the kids want to do when they're older, start a business, like those little things started to just change the trajectory of our family. And so that's why I share. And this little motto that I'd like for y'all to borrow is, nobody will know about Plexus until I tell them. And that's what I tell my team to think about when they're like, everybody knows. That's not true. That girl that bought furniture for me, she didn't know. My husband was in my household and he didn't even know the power of the product and the business that was in his own household. So just say that to yourself when you're struggling or when you feel like, why am I doing this? Because nobody will know about it until you tell them.
I love that. Thank you so much, Emily. And I'm going to ask if you can give us one tip here. So for people when they're starting out and they feel like they've got obstacles against them, right? Negative comments on their post, spouses that don't support them, family that are butt heads, and maybe then they start questioning their own, should I be doing this? Am I going to be good at it? And their confidence. What's your one piece of advice you should tell people when it comes to building their Plexus business?
When you have a calling to change, right? Because things run in your family until they run into you. You can change the family. You can change the future. You can change. You can change. You have options, right? But when you get that calling, it's not a conference call. It's not this. When you get that feeling and that calling and you're like, I'm in, I'm all in, that is between you and you, right? It's not between the people, like, they are not paying your bills. They are not, like, what are you going to do? Take that comment. Uncle Jimmy's like, you selling snake oil. Okay, let's print that out. Let's cut it out with some scissors. Let's go to AT&T and say, hi, I would like to pay for my AT&T bill with Uncle Jimmy's opinion of what I'm doing. I would like to use this. They would look at you like you've lost your marbles. And that is literally, I know it's a metaphor, but like literally that's what it's like when you believe it. It's so silly. I know you're thinking like, that's so silly. That's how silly it is for you to believe that. I'm telling you my story because that's real life. You have multiple jewel uplines that I see on this Zoom, and there are options. And I know this is like I'm going over, but I lost half my business in 2018. I made it to the top. I was going places. I was about to have over 8,000 points in Plexus. I was on my way to 10,000 points, and I lost half of my team to somebody's shiny object, right? Or as Jean said at Super Saturday, the aliens took my team. That's kind of what it felt like. And we had to rebuild and we had to pivot, and I had to work on my own mindset. I was so confident, right? I was this new diamond in my 20s. And then it's like, boom, bam, bop, they're gone. We rebuilt and we quadrupled our numbers. We quadrupled our points, my paycheck. My husband's now a jewel in Plexus, which he was my biggest skeptic. He used to turn off the Wi-Fi, you guys. He used to be like, nope, we're not going to participate in Plexus today. And I'm like, you might as well turn all the power out because I'm going to connect to the neighbors. Like, I was so motivated to just do this for my family. So that's my piece of advice is you just do not give up, and opinions will never pay your bills. So quit trying to pay your bills with them. Don't listen to them. Remove them from your Facebook. They're not your people.
I love it. Thank you so much, Emily. So you are welcome to stay on if you want. And you guys, if you don't already follow her, go follow official Emily Roberts over on Instagram. She is great. And especially if you're a mama, she shows like that's her story. Mama making lots and lots of money in network marketing. And, following people like her will help build your belief. So then when crazy Uncle Jimmy is a skeptic on your post, that, you help build your belief a little bit. So we're going to hop into the second half of Monday Meetup. Oh, got more people coming in. We do two things on Monday Meetup. After we get our testimony, we do a quick business tip, and then we go into a quick product training. And because I could talk about Plexus for days and days, I always share my screen. So let me do that really quickly here, friends. And I know we have other teams on here, but in the true One Plexus culture, everyone is always invited to our Monday Meetups. It's every Monday at 7:30 Central. So I'm going to go real quickly here. So let's talk vision casting. That's what Emily was talking about, right? How do you go from customers to getting business builders? Because while we get paid on customers, and you never have to get business builders, if you do want to grow the business with that legacy level income, if you want to be like Emily Roberts and be a 3-star diamond, which means she has 3 jewel legs on her team, and she's a senior gold, which means she joined her team again as herself and ranked all the way up to senior gold. You can only do that once you hit, I believe, 6,500 points on the comp plan. But you can only really do that if you're vision casting with your team. And a lot of people think vision casting means when somebody shows interest in the business, then I cast vision on what they can do. And that is absolutely the wrong way to go about it. You should be vision casting with every single person who orders from you, right? Because they do not know what they're saying no to unless you explain it to them, right? I love to tell people that it's kind of like a buffet. We have to offer everything so they know what to pick and choose from. And if you've been on any of Genevieve's training, she calls it, I think it's like the magic question, where the minute somebody orders from you, then you tell them, listen, I pride myself on people getting their products paid for. So budget never gets in the way of your health journey. Can I talk to you about getting your products paid for and your referral link? So to vision cast, you want to make that personal connection. Talk to them. So often we hurry to get new customers, get a new VIP, sell a welcome pack, earn the Boot Barn gift card, and then we think our job is done. But that is when our job actually begins, okay? It's easy nowadays in the digital world, and one of the benefits of this job is that it can be all virtual. But if you want to cast vision, you've got to get your new customers on the phone, even to make that personal connection. Now, they may never become a business builder, but until you make that personal connection and you help them get on the products, and then they fall in love with them and you help them get results, and then they may want to start to share, right? And it's just that simple question. Would you be willing to share with others to get your products paid for? And there's lots of objections, right, that they have. And this is not going to be a training on overcoming objections, but just know that vision casting is what comes first. Vision casting is not what comes after somebody shows interest in the business. So you want to make it part of your kind of, I call it standing operating procedure, because I come from the corporate world. In Plexus, we call it systems. That's what your onboarding system should be for every single person. Because listen, if you don't know my story, I was the biggest butthead. My upline Sarah Taylor is on the Zoom and she will probably put in the chat. I didn't know her. I was an executive. I wanted nothing to do with network marketing. Had she let me lead how she runs her business and had not talked to me about the business because I told her not to talk to me about the business, I would not have hit Emerald in 8 months and I would not be a Sapphire for 8 years. But she had a system where she vision cast what the opportunity is with all of her customers. Okay. Most of them are going to say no. Guys, it's only a small percentage of people that see this vision and run with it. And those are the people we're looking for. But if you don't cast vision with everyone, then you're not going to ever get them. Okay. So vision cast before they show the business and do it often. Okay. They're going to say no. I said no to Sarah when she first vision cast. And then I told her not to put me in any Facebook groups. And she did anyway. And then I told her don't talk to me about the business. And she did anyway. And as I started having health wins, she would keep casting that vision, keep bringing that up, right? Other ways you can cast vision to your network, of course, as you're sharing on social media. I have a lot of people say, I don't get business builders. Well, you're not talking about the business, you're only talking about the products. And when you get a new customer, you're only helping them take the products and you're not talking about the opportunity. You're not even adding them to the team page or inviting them on calls, right? So you're just kind of waiting for them to decide they want this business, and then you're going to start inviting for these things, but that's never going to happen. Okay. So when you start vision casting on the front end, you're going to have people who fall into 3 buckets. Okay. Some people call them the spectators, the walkers, and the runners, fast, medium, like slow, whatever you want to call it. But the spectators, they're like, no, that was me at first, like hands off. No, I just want to take these products and leave me alone. You still want to drip seeds about the opportunity like Sarah did with me as they notice positive changes with the products. Because again, they don't know what they're saying no to, especially in the beginning at that moment. Okay. And then you may have people that are kind of walkers, like they kind of are into the opportunity, like they like the idea of a referral link because everyone and their mama has referral links now. Somebody posted on my neighborhood page today if anybody had the Tide dry cleaner referral code so they could get like 10% off. And I'm like, what? The dry cleaner has a referral program? So you're going to have walkers, is what we call them, who are all about the referral. Okay. And have them make a post. Ask them to make a post and tag you in it. I had somebody who doesn't want to share, but she's having fabulous results on the reset. And I said, hey, I want you to make a post and tag me in it. She said, okay, I will. And then I have a neighbor who tried Hydrate. And I said, hey, I want you to make a post and tag me in it on how much you love Hydrate. She said, okay, I will. But unless we're asking and we're being proactive, and that is part of our system for everyone, you're not going to get those. And then you're going to have the runners. You're going to have the people. These are the ones you're looking for, right? That when you bring up the opportunity, they see the vision. You help them get started and you help them get that check pretty quickly, right? Share with 3, get that first check. But with all of them, you still want a relationship build, right? Because we love them all the same, but you want to also vision cast the same with all of them. So let me check the chat and I'm going to jump over here. Oh yeah, Sarah said I was a jerk. I totally was a jerk. Okay, so that is vision casting. And I know part of my goal for 2023 is to get more people working this business because like Emily said, and like you guys know what it can do for people. And it is not about the money because money is not what it's about. It's about choices that come with having money. Okay. When you have extra money, when you have more money, you just have more choices, right? You can pay for the dance classes that your kiddo wants. You can hire the private acting coach. You can take your kids to Disney World. You can, whatever it is, it doesn't even have to be kid related. I'm a mom. That's the world I live in. Not everyone has kids, but having money brings choices. You can, pay for the prescription that your parents need, or somebody I talked to, I was at a big, awesome conference over the weekend, And they said for them, network marketing and being uber successful, they did it. So when her dad got sick, she could take 3 months off of work and spend the last 3 months of her dad's life with her dad. Okay. That is why you're doing this. That is what that comes with. But we also, if that is your goal, and part of my goal in 2023 is to get more people to see the vision, you also want to reach out to the people that are going to catch the vision. Not everyone who needs the vision are the people that are going to do it. People who need the business don't necessarily see the vision. I read an awesome quote that stuck with me last week, and it said, someone asked Lamborghini why they don't make commercials. And Lamborghini said, the people that drive Lamborghinis aren't sitting on the couch watching TV. That is not our target audience. So that's what I would ask you. Who do you want to be your business partner? Who do you want to run this opportunity with? And talk to those people and vision cast with those people. So that is definitely my goal for 2023. And I love it. Nicole just said they'd be screwed without Plexus financially, right? It gives you all the extra. You don't have to want to be a diamond. You don't have to want to be a jewel. If you want to, that's awesome too. But Plexus, for the majority of people, just gives them wiggle room in their budget. So then they can get their nails done. They can get the hair done. They can get extensions, which are like hundreds of dollars. They can go on date night, right? They can pay for the babysitter and they don't have to worry about tightening up the purse strings. So vision cast, make that a goal for 2023 for yourself too, friends. And now we've got 3 minutes left. Our topic tonight is hydration. Typically, actually, it's hydrate. We're going to talk about hydrate really quickly. This has rocked my world. If you're friends with me and you follow my story, or if you're on my team, you know all about it. But here's the thing. Hydrating your body is key for many, many processes in your body. The 3 big ones that we all want and that most people want when they're looking at Plexus is metabolism, sleep, and energy. But unbeknownst to a lot of us, myself included, water alone is not enough. I used to preach to everybody, drink half your body weight in ounces in water, right? Drink 100 ounces of water a day if you can. Drink a gallon of water a day if you can. Well, that does nothing to help with preventing dehydration. Oh, it does nothing. It does, but you're not getting any salt and electrolytes, okay? And that is key for your body being hydrated. In fact, if you're not getting electrolytes and you're drinking 100 ounces of water a day, you're actually flushing those electrolytes and salt out. So just 2% of hydration affects how you feel. You're going to have headaches, sluggishness, cravings, and fatigue. So when the reset came out in June, I continued after my first reset with that hydrate every single morning. Okay. And there's a reason that hydrate is number 1 in the reset, because when you sleep, your body dehydrates itself. So you wake up in the morning already in a dehydrated state. If you hit the coffee pot first thing, like I used to at about 5:30 in the morning, you're further dehydrating your body. Okay. So if you make one simple change, if when you wake up before you have your coffee, if you can have a hydrate and you can do that consistently, you are going to be amazed at the changes in your metabolism, your sleep, and your energy. Okay. I get up every morning at about 5:30. I don't need an alarm clock anymore. And I am not crashing and falling into bed at 8 o'clock, 8:30, which is what I used to do. You can ask my friends. They text me at 8 and I'd be like, I've been asleep. Like I crashed. And I'm convinced it's because I'm starting my day with hydrate every single morning. So hydrate comes in 2 flavors. We have blueberry acai, which was the first flavor that was launched. And then we have the newest, which is lemon lime. I prefer lemon lime. I think it's super light and delicious. My husband prefers the blueberry acai. He actually keeps a tub of it on his desk in his office. It has better hydration. I just had a neighbor send me a message asking about electrolytes. Here's what I love about hydrate. It contains sea salt. It contains minerals that you need like potassium and magnesium, but it also has 5 natural electrolytes But then, of course, we have to do better than the rest. So we have antioxidants, we have minerals, we have zinc, and there is more vitamin C in a stick of Hydrate than there is in an orange. If you look at other hydration products on the market, like Liquid IV, the first two ingredients on Liquid IV are cane sugar and dextrose, which is just another word for sugar. Plexus is not. It's not full of sugar. And it is really, really it's so good. This is something that I wish I could, I used to say I wish I could give ProBio to everybody. I mean, I still kind of think that, but I really wish I could give a Hydrate just to everybody. So if you have kids, get them drinking Hydrate. If you have parents, get them drinking Hydrate. Like, everyone can benefit from drinking Hydrate. And I'll tell you, I use it for 2 tricks. One, when I travel a lot. If you follow me on social media, I am always traveling. And when you fly, like, I don't want to be chugging bottles of water, because then you just have to go to the bathroom when you're on a plane, or if you're in a car or on a road trip. And so Hydrate is a great way to hydrate your body without having to chug a ton of water when you're traveling. It mixes easily. I keep these sticks everywhere. And if you are someone who also enjoys a cocktail, I will tell you that Hydrate is a fabulous drink mixer. On my team, we like to do mixologies and plexology, we call it, especially around the holidays. We make fun little cocktails, and Hydrate is a staple. Nicole makes a fabulous margarita with Hydrate. And I know there's like a blueberry vodka drink we make with Hydrate, so it's a healthier option. But that is it, friends. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. And if you're on the Wellness Connection group or on Emily's team, I will send the recording to tonight's call. Thank you for being on, and join us next Monday at the same time for Monday Meetup. Bye, friends.